endorsement. For more on all this, we welcome to our anchor desk presidential strategist and Newsmax TV political analyst Dick Morris. Dick, of course, the co-author of the best-selling book Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation. Also joining us tonight from Newsmax Washington, the chief political correspondent for USA Radio Network's Scottie Nell Hughes. Dick, first to you, and I realize that there's a long way to go tonight, but it appears the die is cast already in terms of the fact that John Kasich and Ben Carson are way behind. Things might change, but it's doubtful. Yeah. With
of
that in mind,
of all the bets, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one where we don't want to mess with. But if, for the sake of argument, let's say those two decide to drop out, where do their supporters go?
Kasich's to Rubio, Carson's to Cruz.
So that's just a clear split there.
I think that there's a very important fact that you need to look at as you look at these results. The first is many people will jump to the conclusion and say the Republican race is over. Well, that's like declaring the pennant is over in June. I think Trump may come out of tonight with 400 delegates. Cruz may come out with 150. Rubio may come out with 70. But you need 1,234. I mean, there's a long time to go. The final day, June 6th, you have about a quarter of the delegates from New Jersey, California, and a bunch of other states. So this has a long way to go. The second thought is that the Democratic primary, unlike the Republican primary, I believe will be heavily influenced by events. I believe that it isn't Bernie Sanders who's running against Hillary Clinton, it's the FBI. And if the FBI brings proof that she committed a felony, and if the Justice Department indicts, or if the Justice Department refuses to indict in a blatant way that drives people crazy, despite conversing evidence, I think that at that point there is a very significant chance that all of a sudden Bernie starts winning and winning and winning. So as long as Sanders is on the ballot, the Democratic race isn't over.
All right. And a lot more to talk about this evening. We would be remiss if we didn't reach out to Scottie Nell Hughes at Newsmax Washington. Scottie, as Dick was lining up that very neat division of Kasich and Carson voters, you were shaking your head on that neat, tidy division of loyalties there.
Well, because all along, pundits have been saying that as more Republicans dropped out, that those votes would go to other people besides Donald Trump. And yet Mr. Trump's ratings and his poll numbers continue to rise to 49%. Here's the other thing that I don't think Mr. Morris is bringing into account is that people are already starting to get a little weary of the political season. It's already been a long season. And while each campaign will have their favorites, will have their loyalists that will not move until their candidate is out, the general public is getting tired of it, and they're getting tired of the catfights and the circus that continue to grow. So pretty much the more that it looks like Mr. Trump is going to be the nominee, the stronger his numbers are. The general population is going to go, you know what, let's just go on and jump on the Trump train, and let's just get it over with and stop competing against each other and splintering our party, which that kind of talk does no good, and start lining up to go against who I really think it's going to be, which is Hillary Clinton. I don't see the math adding up with the idea of super delegates allowing anybody else. I do agree, though, if she's in an orange suit, that might present a little bit of a problem.
I think that Scottie's analysis is correct, but I think a few months premature. I think that in 2 or 3 months that will be true. I think that right now what's going to happen tomorrow is that everybody is going to say, okay, it's Trump against Hillary. And at that point, people are going to say, what's with Trump? And you're going to see an examination of Trump like you've never seen before. Everybody's going to do stories on him. Everybody's going to pick everything apart. And the question is, can he survive that? A lot of people thought he couldn't survive going through that on Thursday's debate. He obviously did, in great shape. In fact, if anything, he picked up momentum. And this may fuel further momentum. But clearly, he has a baptism of fire to go before he wraps this up.
Scottie Nell Hughes, it is worth noting that we've seen some exit polling. And in that exit polling, more than half of Republican voters in most of the southern Super Tuesday states say they feel as if they have been betrayed by the Republican Party. What does that mean for Donald Trump? What does that mean perhaps for the results we will see tonight?
Oh, that completely helps Mr. Trump. Now, right now, you're hearing a lot of what I consider the rusty Republicans, those that have been here for a long time and pretty upset about Mr. Trump and his newfound fame within the Republican Party. They're saying, you know, how are we going to get people reelected? This is also a congressional reelection year. There's some senators up. You know, this is bad, Trump being at the top of the ticket all the way down. Well, when you're looking at a do-nothing Congress that's gone right along with President Obama and allowed us to accumulate about a $19 trillion debt and have a succotash of a foreign policy, I can assure you right now, I'm not that concerned about those people losing their jobs because maybe it's a waste of money already paying them for a supposed job that they're not doing.
Could I ask Scottie what succotash is?
Go ahead, Scottie. Fill
Yeah,
him in
no,
on
it's succotash.
succotash.
It's everything.
I've heard the name, but I don't
Succotash,
know what
it's
it is.
everything. It's
It's
Squanto
mixed in.
stew.
That's
Okay,
right. You
good.
put it all in the pot.
Thanks.
It's not
I'll have
stew,
to
it's
come down to
vegetables.
Tennessee and you'll have
It's
to show me.
succotash. Take it from me. My mom, rest her soul, used to make some great succotash. Well,
Good.
before we make hash out of this, Scottie, stay right there.